Leo, welcome into Steampunk Psyche. If you are a subscriber, I want to say thank you so very much for subscribing to the channel, okay? If you're brand new here, hit that thumbnail. Come in, join us, okay? If you're cross-watching, I just laid down some new videos. Come into the channel, check them out to try to find your particular sign. Okay, with that being said, I have shuffled the cards. We're going to take a look at your present energy right now. Leo, what is your present energy right now? I will leave the videos for those at the end of this video. So like I said, you can cross-watch if you'd like to. But Leo, what is in your energy? What does Leo want to say right now? What does Leo want to scream out, cry out, shout out to the world? This is what I'm feeling right now. What is that energy? Okay. Then I'm tired of holding on to something. That's what you want to say. The Four of Pentacles shows up to say, I've been holding on to this for so damn long, and I want to get rid of it, right? Could be something that you're hanging on to as a permanent, fixated thing. You've moved out and away from materialism, greed, all that kind of crap, and you have isolated into a place of, I'm moving out and away. You could be moving. I don't know. But whatever it is, you still kind of feel like you're standing on something very firm, some idea, holding on. It talks about hoarding, but we won't really know that. So if this applies, okay. Sometimes these energies don't apply, and if they don't try to make it fit. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you move on to the next video or whatever. But I hope it would be one that's in Steampunk Psyche. So I'm just saying, Leo, what are we holding on to here? This is going to be your crossing challenge card, okay? This number 2 card talks about what kind of challenges is in Leo's way. Okay, or what kind of direction for the challenge? What's the movement taking place right now in Leo's energy? Okay, what kind of movement in Leo's energy? All right, little juggling balance game, right? So the challenge is, how do I get all of these things done? How do I manifest? How do I love? How do I hold on to this job or move away from this job with this? So many questions. So the challenges are just trying to juggle these ideas, okay? My left ear started ringing right now. So this could be a passive type energy. You know, you're taking a soft approach. This doesn't have to be such a chaotic state of mind. So somebody's energy here is really kind of maybe doing a more of a gentle approach of trying to juggle all these, balance all these, whatever these scenarios are. So right now we want to look at the energy of Leo, of what's lying underneath, you know, weighing you down, or what it is that perhaps this juggling is causing, okay? Some information coming in, a new communication about a job. You had Pentacles showing, okay? Pentacles represents finances, health, wealth, stability. So maybe you're waiting on an invitation of a particular support group. You know, this could be, like I said, promotion. You're waiting on somebody to make that damn call. Somebody's ghosted you for a while. And you're waiting for a call to come back. I don't know, but something, as far as that being your challenge card, Page of Swords is a new opportunity of some type. You know, relationship, could be financial, whatever it is. But this could be a younger person that you have a situation with. Could be a son or a daughter, perhaps. Maybe you're challenged juggling information, some kind. Doesn't have to apply. Like I said, we'll keep going and we'll clarify a little bit more about this. So your number 4, Leo, is your recent past. What's behind Leo right now, okay? What's in the recent past that needs to be known here? Perhaps something's kind of hidden in the psyche there. Something's hidden that you need to pay attention to, okay? Chariot, whether or not to move away from this situation or move towards this situation, okay? Whatever it is one of your recent past scenarios. Perhaps you just recently moved to a place. The Chariot card also could be talking about the sign Cancer in the recent past. So you could have been involved with another Cancer sign, something like that. But it is also moving out and away from the materialistic. So I kind of feel like this could be that a person is waking up to a situation where, um, they're seeing that ideas that they used to share or used to have, they no longer reciprocate, they no longer balance with, no longer serves them, that type of thing in the recent past. But it could also mean that you're physically moving away from something, but there is willpower involved. So it took some willpower to do whatever it was you did, okay? The chariot moves without reins. There are no reins on this two sphinx. It also could talk about the light and dark aspects of this situation. You know, the chariot is a card that says, I am a builder. Okay, I build things block by block, brick by brick, that type of scenario. I build my future. So in the recent past, something about that felt like maybe there was a reminiscent of something that I built, and you're waiting on some communication. You were waiting on communication to come in, and it just hasn't paid off yet. This could be you, like I said, maybe you're doing YouTube videos, and it's just taking some time. Like, for instance, my channel takes time. And you're wondering whether to move away from that or not, in the recent past. And so something like that, or some investment of a relationship. And, since the communication hadn't come in, understand what I'm saying. So your fifth card talks about the possibilities for Leo, okay? The above. What is above Leo that they're not seeing? What are the possibilities? Those hidden doors. One door closes, another door opens. So what's the other door opening for Leo here? What's the other door that's going to open? The other door is the wounded soldier, okay? This could have been past traumatic experiences or things like that you get clarification on. We do see your Three of Swords showing up, okay, for what's lying underneath. So somebody could have come against you in some way. This doesn't have to be a horror card, okay? The 9 says, I'm still showing up. Yep, I'm the one showing up. I've had the battles. I've had the wounds. I've had the transmutation. I'm a builder. I have transmuted all this energy into something that's positive for me. But in the near future, there's a situation where you may be confronted with that. You may be confronted with that apology. You may be confronted with that situation that left you in a position where, yeah, that was a tough one, but I'm better now. Thank you very much. Right? Okay. The 6th card, the near future for Leo. Okay. What's in the near future? I have a fly flying around here. Okay. I may end up getting the fly swatter after him. This might. All right. Leo, what's in the near future here? What can you look forward to? What's at the next turn for Leo? Okay. Like I said, the Chariot card came out earlier, right? Moving away from this choppiness into some calm waters, moving into a new home, moving into a new environment. Shoot fly, don't bother me. I kind of feel like maybe that's what your attitude is with the 9 of Wands. Shoot fly, don't bother me. I'm done. I'm moving out. I'm moving away. We have the Chariot and the 6 of Swords. I may have said Wands. If I did, I apologize. But the 6 of Swords. So you're moving out in a way. So you're going to make a move. You're going to. This could be, like I said, an emotional movement after that 9 of Wands. That this stirs up some emotions in you, and you may actually be able to get to finally speak your mind, speak your piece. For instance, there might be some clarity in an emotional situation where some trauma didn't have any clarity, but now you get it. But I kind of feel like that's what that's talking about. You may finally get some revenge, so to speak. And I don't like the word revenge in the way that most people take it, but sometimes revenge on the scale of 22 words that you could say to move from one degree to the next. Abraham Hicks talks about that if you don't know what I'm talking about, but those words are kind of helpful. Sometimes revenge is the necessary step, or avenge. They kind of sit on the same shelf, but to be able to move to that next step, to get some solace, to get some kind of a judgment on something, whatever it is. Okay, so yeah. So how are you showing up in this, though? Leo, how are you showing up in this? That fly will just not leave me alone. How are you showing up in this? What's your response to this? Let's go, Leo. What you got? I need harmony. Okay. You're showing up as harmonious. Like I said, this is a perfect example. This is not a terror card. It means I'm still showing up. I'm still capable of love. I'm still capable of a harmonious situation, harmonious values. I blend, I meld with this. This is who I am. And Leo is compassion, strength, all of that. So, like I said, it's one of those things that is showing up in your energy. Your very first card like I said, was the Four of Pentacles as your present energy, holding on to something. And like I said, it could have been some wounding. This could be talking about a relationship that caused some pretty severe pain in your past, but you're moving out and away from it because you had the Chariot card show up, and you're reminding yourself with the Six of Cups, because there's the Six of Swords. Once again, sixes could be there could be some synchronicities in this as well, because I've said that twice. The communication and the wands, the swords being the communication and the wands being the emotional. So there definitely is some kind of synchronicity for me with that, saying that. So this is an emotional, and you're needing to get some kind of a clarification. Excuse me. Yeah, the Ten of Cups shows up to, like I said, remind you once again of the fact that you are able and capable of remaining in a harmonious state of mind. You can find peace, alchemize whatever that past traumatic situation was. Like I said, your challenge card was the Two of Pentacles, okay? Your second card coming out. You had the Nine of Wands come in, and then the Six of Swords, right? So an emotional, but you're still showing up, and that's definitely, I think that's what that's saying there. So, okay, so that's you. So what's your environment around you, though? Leo, what seems to be around your environment? What external forces are around you? What are you surrounding yourself in right now? Okay. The Knight of Swords shows up. Okay. Now, there could be this impulsive need to have this answer come to you, or this clarify or clarity. This card says I'm rushing in, and I think that I'm about to say something. I need to get this off my chest, so to speak. I need to clarify this, but keep in mind the Knight of Swords is sometimes rushes a little bit, thinks before or acts before thinking type, could be. But this also could mean that whatever this is, this Two of Pentacles that you've been juggling, this answer that you're needing, it's coming in quickly, okay? I think what I want to know is I want to clarify that position. I want to clarify the environment around you again. There's communication coming in, but what is around your environment? What type of communication are we talking about? Physical communication, a phone call, a text? Are we, a pigeon going to fly down? I need to know more about this environment around you, okay? Leo, what is the environment around you? Let's clarify that. Okay. An offering of some kind, an Ace of Pentacles offering. Like I said, there could have been some kind of this could be a breakup that happened, but I feel like there's about to be an offering, garden in the gate, so to speak. The Ace of Pentacles comes in, it's divine, a stability, a stable environment, a stable knowing now. Some miscommunication that may have taken place. Your challenge card was, the Four of Pentacles. So there could have been there could have been a challenge with maybe some finances or something that caused a breakup. Somebody was overspending this or that, and it just left you guys in a situation. I say guys, could be some guys involved in this. I don't know, but it left you in a situation where, yeah, like I said, that's hard. That's actually the Ace of Pentacles in your environment. Definitely an offering coming in, but what does that offering mean to you? Give me just a second. So you're showing up still as this harmonious and perhaps there is, yeah, I just feel like there's definitely a stability in whatever that choice is going to be, but it's hidden from you. You're not quite seeing it because you're still, maybe you're just broke up or had a situation where you left, but those emotions are still kind of lingering a little bit. And this offering may seem a little bit, you're pretty guarded about it, but it's coming in quick. And maybe that's the reason why. Somebody made an offering to you, somebody flirted with you, you've been speaking with somebody. This could be talking about a job too, that something just hit really, really fast, and you're still holding on to some emotional stuff that had taken place. And so you're just trying to get your balance on it, right? Yeah. What are your hopes, your fears, your wishes, and your worries, Leo? What are your hopes, your fears, your wishes, and your worries? The Ten of Wands. You're overburdened. You're wondering whether or not this is going to overburden you. You're graduating upwards from the Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands. That's in your hopes, your fears, your wishes, and your worries. And I kind of feel like that's like you got told some news and they kind of need you to hurry up and make a decision, like a choice to do this job. Perhaps you have an example, and I don't really want to say this, but I need to use an example. Perhaps you're mourning the loss of someone. And now this great financial opportunity is there and you're still in the mourning state. Or like I said, that past relationship that you were in, you're still, that emotionally you're still tied to it. And this feels like such a wonderful offering coming to you, and you're just guarded. It's like overburdening your emotions right now. With the wands being the emotional card in a graduation. So this happened pretty quickly, or you may very well be in this right now type situation. So what I want to know is, what's the outcome of this? Okay, Leo, what's the outcome? I want to know what the outcome is for you on this. I'm so sorry if you're going through something that has emotionally got you tied. I just feel like that is the Two of Pentacles telling you, you're juggling things, but you're still showing up the best you can, and bless your heart. That's what I feel like here. So what is the outcome of this for Leo? What's the direction Leo needs to take or choose? Yep. The Queen of Cups shows up to say, let your intuition be your guide, right? Ebb and flow. Look at the robe that she's wearing. It resembles the flow of water. It's a water. I wish the damn camera would give me justice. Give me justice here. The ebb and flow. Be like the water. I know that sounds kind of a chi type answer for you, but it's the ebb and flow. It's allowing your mourning phase, allowing that last situation to finally get your understanding, your guidance for it. You're trying so very hard to remain in this harmonious state, and it just may feel like it's overburdening you. But the Queen comes up, and I feel like I need to know on that 10 of Cups. Okay, I want to clarify that 10 of Cups. Is this a reunion of a relationship? I need a hopeful image here for Leo. I need to know what kind of hopeful, again, this environment that Leo's moving into. We need some hopeful advice or some kind of a direction, okay? Because I feel like whoever this is for, they're doing the work. They're allowing, but it just feels like it's a fast pace, and they need to know what to do here. So Leo, what do we do here? Okay, reach out, share ideas, okay, commune. This Three of Pentacles represents the sharing of ideas, reciprocation, okay. I feel like Leo, there is a situation here where you really need to confide, okay? Perhaps reach out. Perhaps you're stubborn and you don't take you don't take your problems to people type of situation because it overburdens. But I feel like you need to reach out to somebody. There's somebody in your mix here, right? there's somebody in your mix that there's some harmony with, okay? And I feel like you need to maybe consult, find some counseling, find some help, find somebody. There's somebody in your mixed here that you can reach to. The Three of Pentacles shows up to clarify that. So, Leo, I promise you, things are going to get better. I know sometimes it's gray skies and hard to see through the fog, but this is a necessary state that you're in right now, especially if you're grieving or mourning or something like that over a relationship or past, whatever. But the cards are here to tell you that you have been showing up, the Nine of Wands, meaning you're doing your very best. And sometimes that's all we can do. This is temporary, okay? It's a temporary state. I love you so much, Leo, and I hope everything works out for you. I really do. I appreciate you coming in today, and I appreciate if you stayed. That shows your warrior spirit right there. Sometimes they're not always the answers that we're looking for, and the universe doesn't hand them out like that. It's not a vending machine, right? Um, Sometimes the best thing we can do is to sit in the pain. That's the learning lesson of it. That's how we alchemize. That's how we transmute. And I know when people say that, hey, days, it's going to get better. It's hard to hear that sometimes. But deep down, intuitively, the Queen of Cups showed up to tell you that. You know that answer. Intuitively, there are going to be brighter days. There are going to be those harmonious relationships, harmonious gatherings. So seek those who you can trust and believe in yourself that everything's going to work out okay. I love you, Leo. I appreciate you coming to the channel. I hope I get to see you again on the next one, okay? All right. Bye-bye.